Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Off the Dome podcast. This is Baller Nation, episode 27 today. I haven't dropped a podcast in I don't know, like a month, but that's just because school sucks and it gets in the way of everything. Um, but whatever, we're back here. I got one more week of practicum left, which I think is should be a pretty easy week. And I'm gonna drop, well, obviously this one here, and then one more after the playing tournament, um, with hopefully a guest on that one. But yeah, anyway, today the playing tournament, first year it's happening. I mean, last year there was like a playing game sort of thing. It was weird, um, but there's a tournament this year, and it's good. There's gonna be what, 6 games, and the Spurs are in it. I got to rep the set. San Antonio. This is my Kawhi Leonard jersey, but that's because the DeMar DeRozan jersey is just bad luck because it's DeMar DeRozan, who I fuck with, but I mean Kawhi gave us a ring. DeMar will not, or has not. So yeah, I'll be talking about the play-in tournament today. Uh, Holy shit, there's a lot of stuff that can go down. I want to talk about Stephen Curry. I want to talk about LeBron James. I also want to talk about J. Cole. Shout out J. Cole. He's fucking sick. He takes no L's. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get a guest on after the playing tournament and right before the season or the playoff start, where I will be going through my entire playoff predictions. Last year, they were ass. I mean, they were terrible. I didn't get a sec. I like the 4 teams that were in the conference finals. I didn't predict any of them to be in the conference finals. I predicted the Houston Rockets to win the championship. All right, so that's sort of the I it, I will be able to beat what I did last year. Hopefully, I don't know though. But yeah, this summer's gonna be fucking sick. I ain't gonna lie about it. All right, off the dome, baby. Here we go. What will happen in the play-in tournament? I'm gonna give y'all my predictions. Um, First up, I'll start with the Eastern Conference because those games are happening first. I think they're happening tomorrow when I'm recording this. They'll be happening the night they're happening Tuesday night. All right, I think I'm posting this Tuesday, so who fucking knows? Um, Eastern Conference, the 10 seed Pacers versus, or sorry, the 9 seed Pacers versus the 10 seed Hornets. I mean, 2 teams that honestly, I think if we're all being honest here, we don't really want to see these teams in the playoffs unless you're a big LaMelo Ball dick rider. So, I mean, ESPN would love to see the Hornets in the playoffs, but like anybody not other than the owners of mainstream social media companies don't want to see the Hornets in the playoffs because, like, honestly, bro, Boston and Washington, I'm telling y'all, if Washington beats the Boston Celtics and Boston goes and becomes the 8th seed, the Eastern Conference first round is going to be hype as shit. All right, I'm going to tell you right now. So that's my prediction. I think I'll take the Washington Wizards over the Boston Celtics. I think Washington's playing a lot better right now. Boston has a lot more injuries. But here is the first round of the Eastern Conference right now. If the Washington Wizards get the 7th seed and the Celtics fall to the 8th seed, it's pretty much the perfect first round. We could not ask for a better first round matchups. We'd get Philadelphia versus Boston. 2 fan bases, toxic as fuck. 2 teams do not like each other. A lot of history in those teams. Then we get Brooklyn versus the Washington Wizards. We get Russell Westbrook versus Kevin Durant. That's going to be a hype series. Brooklyn will probably wipe the floor with Washington, but I could see Washington kind of like how the Clippers back in 2018, I think it was, against the Warriors in the first round. Washington might get 1 or 2 games. Make a series a bit interesting. Miami versus Milwaukee. We already know what's going to happen. We already know that that's the series is going to happen. That's going to be a rematch of what happened last year. And then 2 very young teams, 2 teams that we didn't think were going to do this good. New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. That's the perfect playoffs. That's the perfect first round in the Eastern Conference. I'm hyped for that shit. Hyped as fuck for that shit. And that would set up a second round between the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. And like I'm going to get into more of my playoff predictions in my next episode of the podcast or maybe even in a YouTube video. But Philadelphia, as things stand, they look like they have a free pass to the conference finals. That's sort of what it looks like right now. As the playoff picture stands, the 76ers, as much as everyone likes to shit on them, they're a very good team, very good defensive team, led by Joel Embiid, who is dominant as fuck. and they seem to have a clear path. I can't see anybody beating them other than the Nets and Bucks, who are the 2 and 3 seed, and they would be playing the second round of the playoffs against each other, meaning Philadelphia. I mean, shit, who they got to beat? The Knicks, the Hawks, they can beat those teams. I think so. Um, so yeah, that's Boston versus Washington. I'll take the Washington Wizards to beat the Celtics, and then the Pacers versus Hornets. I'll take Indiana. I think Indiana's a better team. I don't think it's gonna matter though, because I think the Celtics will beat the Pacers in the for the 8 seed. So I think the Wizards will finish with the 7 seed. The Celtics will finish with the 8 seed. Moving on to the Western Conference. That's all in the East. In the Western Conference, we got it. We got the matchup. We got the matchup we all wanted to see. LeBron versus Steph Curry. We got it. It's here. It is finally here. Whoever came up with the idea of the play-in game right now must be just chilling out, laughing because, hey, he gave us, or she gave us, or they gave us LeBron versus Steph in a play-in game. I mean, this is a big game right here, all right? For the 7th seed, I feel bad for the Jazz and the Suns. I think, I'm going to be bold here, I think Golden State wins this game. I think the Warriors win this game, and then the Grizzlies will beat the Spurs in the 8-9 or the 9-10 game, and the Lakers will beat the Grizzlies. I think the Warriors will win this game, and I think the Lakers honestly won't care too much. I think Golden State gets a 7th seed. And I think the Lakers, I'm not going to say the Lakers are going to like purposely try to lose against the Warriors, but I think the Lakers, if they were to lose, and honestly, I can see the game going either way. I don't care. I'm picking the Warriors. But if the Lakers were to lose against the Warriors in the play-in game, I think they wouldn't really give a fuck because the Lakers get the 8th seed. I give them a much better chance against Utah Jazz than I do against the Phoenix Suns. And that's got a lot to do with Donovan Mitchell. Fully healthy Utah would probably crush the Lakers right now. Just given Los Angeles's injuries, LeBron's looking good right now, but he's kind of coming off an injury. AD, same sort of thing. The Jazz, fully healthy, would crush the Lakers right now, in my opinion. And that's a little bit why I was disappointed when I was kind of cheering for the Clippers to get the 3 seed and the Lakers get the 6 seed because I don't like the Lakers. I want to see the Lakers go up against the Clippers, who I think that's going to be their toughest matchup out of any team in the playoffs. Lakers, Clippers, first round. Get the Lakers when they're weak. Get the Lakers when they're tired because the Lakers, I think the Lakers are going to win the first round. Whether that be against the Jazz, whether that be against the Suns, I think the Lakers get through the first round, and they get through one round. They're going to get through another and another, and before you know it, LeBron going to be in like his 11th finals? Holy shit, that sounds crazy to say. And that's just the way this team works because right now they're at their weakest. In a month from now, they're going to be at their peak. So, I mean, shit. Whoever's taking on the Lakers right now, whoever takes the Lakers on in the first round has the best chance of beating them in the playoffs, unless they fall against the Brooklyn Nets in the finals. Where, I mean, it's the fucking Brooklyn Nets. So yeah, that's the Western Conference in there. So pretty much to sum it up, I think when the play-in tournaments are all done, when the play-in games are all done, I think in the Eastern Conference, the Wizards will have the 7 seed, the Celtics will have the 8 seed, the Golden State Warriors in the West will have the 7 seed, and the Lakers will take the 8 seed. And I think the Lakers will be perfectly fine with playing the Utah Jazz in the first round because Utah doesn't really match up well against the Lakers, and they don't have their boy Donovan Mitchell. Even if they do have him, he's not going to be at 100% like he would. I mean, that's the thing with fucking injuries, man. Injuries just ruined a lot of teams this season got hit hard by injuries. And I'm so excited for the playoffs though because we're looking at the matchups. I already went over the matchups in the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference has perfect matchups. The Western Conference, I mean, we do get to see the Clippers versus Mavericks rematch. That's going to be hype. The Nuggets versus Portland Trailblazers. That's a rematch from a series. I'm not sure if y'all remember this from 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? That went 7 games. That had a 4 OT game when Rodney Hood hit a big dagger. Nikola Jokic played like 63 minutes or some shit like that. Crazy game. And it featured CJ McCollum had a Game 7 chase down block. LeBron James-esque as well in that series. That was a CJ McCollum series. I mean, Damian Lillard was nice, but CJ carried the Blazers through that series. That was one of the greatest series of the decade, 100%. 7 games, 7 thrilling games, 4 OT, chase down. I mean, it had everything, honestly. We got a rematch of that, which, I mean, that's going to be nice. But like I said, I'd rather see the Clippers and Lakers in the first round. The Nuggets Mavericks would have been nice in the first round too. I would like that just because I'm interested to see how those two teams would match up. And then the way I'm predicting it, the Phoenix Suns will take on the Golden State Warriors. I think Phoenix should win that series. I mean, they are the better team, but shit, it's Stephen Curry. I mean, it's Stephen. I want to talk about Curry a little bit because Stephen Curry. I don't really know how to begin on this topic of Steph Curry. Stephen Curry is cracked at basketball. He is the most skilled point guard in NBA history, without a doubt. He's probably a top 5 most skilled player in NBA history, without a doubt. One of the most unanimous opinions amongst the NBA community is who is the greatest three-point shooter of all time? Who is the greatest shooter of all time? Everybody knows it's Stephen Curry. There is no debate to be had. It's crazy how the NBA community, we seem to not be able to agree upon anything unanimously, except for who's the greatest shooter. That's Steph Curry. Nobody's saying Ray Allen. No one's saying Reggie. No one's saying Larry Bird. No one's saying Klay Thompson. With all due respect to all those guys, Steph Curry's a GOAT when it comes to shooting. This motherfucker, he does it every game too, man. That's the thing with Steph. It's not like it's not like some other players in the NBA when you're like, yo, this guy's sick, but really we're just kind of reacting to his highlights. You know what I mean? You watch the highlights, they're nice. You watch the games, it's like, all right, he misses a lot of the shots he takes. That's a normal thing. That's 99% of the players in NBA history. That's how it is. And with all due respect, I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan, but Kawhi's one of those guys as well. When you're like, yo, Kawhi Leonard, you're so clutch. Kawhi Leonard, you're so sick. You watch the games though, he misses a lot of clutch shots. He misses a lot of shots. I mean, but the ones he does hit, that's the only ones people want to focus on. And it's like that with pretty much all the other players too. I just use Kawhi Leonard as an example there, but Steph Curry. We out here saying, yo, Steph Curry is so sick, and then you go watch the games, and every fucking game, this man's out here jacking up 30-footers and hitting them. That's what the guy does. It's ridiculous. I mean, every single time this guy jacks it up, I'm like, there's no way. There's simply no way. And it goes in, I'm not even surprised. I'm just like, holy, what the fuck are you supposed to do in that situation as a defender? I mean, like, you can't do shit. This man is being triple teamed, double teamed. It doesn't matter. I think, was it Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne said that about Kobe Bryant. The Kobe Bryant song. Y'all gotta listen to that shit. The Kobe Bryant song. Double team, triple team. You defenders tickle me. Some shit like that. I dropped 40 on your double team, 81 on another team. Steph Curry just does that, bro. You can't guard the guy. You literally cannot guard Steph Curry. He's cracked at basketball. It's stupid. And he's so fun to watch play as well, man. I mean, he's ridiculous. But I do want to say this one thing about Steph Curry. This might not, this kind of like I know this hyped up Steph Curry a lot, but just one like kind of caveat. Quickly, I said Steph Curry's the most skilled point guard of all time. I'm not going to call him the greatest point guard of all time. Y'all got to pump the fucking brakes on this narrative that Stephen Curry is greater than Magic Johnson real quick. Pause. Hold your horses on that shit. There's no way. Like, as far as the skill goes, as far as who's better at basketball, Steph Curry, easy. But who's greater, who's accomplished more, who's had a better career, is Magic. It simply is. And a big thing is, I mean, championships mean a lot. Magic has 5 of them. Got more finals MVPs. And Steph Curry does have 3 rings, but everyone loves to say that Kevin Durant's rings don't count because that was a super team, but then turn around and say, oh, Steph's do count though. That doesn't make sense. If KD's rings don't count, Steph's don't count. KD was a better player on those teams. He led the way. He won the finals MVPs on those teams. If KD doesn't get credit for those rings, Steph doesn't get credit for those rings. I think they should both get credit for those rings. I don't give a fuck. I don't like playing those games. It's like, oh, that doesn't count. I think, fuck it, whatever. They both get credit for those rings. I'm just saying, as far as calling Steph Curry the greatest point guard of all time, y'all got to pump the fucking brakes. He needs to win one more. Got to win a finals MVP, probably, in my opinion. Most influential player of all time, probably Steph Curry, other than Michael Jordan, yeah. But greatest point guard ever? Nah. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I understand it's a very small amount of people who think that Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. Or I should say, very small amount of people who aren't under the age of 16 that think that Steph Curry's the greatest point guard of all time. And that's not like, I'm not shitting on you because you're young. I'm just saying, like, I like, when I first started watching basketball, I used to think a lot of dumb shit too. I still do think a lot of dumb shit though, so it doesn't fucking matter, does it? LeBron James' health, I think that's sort of the next thing that I wanted to mention. How long are we in here? We're about 15 minutes in here. LeBron James. I would like to talk about LeBron because this playoff run for LeBron James will be his toughest playoff run of his career. I mean, if LeBron were to win a championship in 2021, it'll be the most difficult championship run he has ever had to go on. 100%, no doubt about it. It's not even close. It's simply not close. If LeBron were to win a championship, not only will it be the toughest championship run he's ever gone on, it's going to be one of the toughest championship runs anybody's ever gone on. It just will. And I know he's had some tough runs, but I'm gonna real quick, negate. I mean, this playoff run. When you look at the teams that LeBron's gonna have to go up against, he's gonna be a 7 or 8 seed. He's gonna have to go up against the Jazz or the Suns, the two best the two best teams in the NBA as far as win percentage goes. All right. Then he's probably gonna have to go up against either the Clippers or the Nuggets. If he goes up against the Clippers, that's gonna be a very tough series. That's his biggest matchup right now, the Clippers and the Nuggets. And then whichever one of the Jazz or Suns he didn't play in the first round, he'll probably have to play him in the conference finals. And again, one of the two best teams. And of course, once he gets to the finals, he's gonna have to go up against probably the three-headed monster in Brooklyn, or a team that somehow managed to beat the three-headed monster in Brooklyn, which would just be scary as fuck. I mean, this is the toughest run LeBron's ever gonna have to go on to win an NBA championship. And I mean, you can go through the years. 2007, no, I mean, okay, he didn't win that year. But you go through the years. 2012, there's no way. I mean, the Eastern Conference was nice, but I mean, come on, like there's levels here. 2013, same sort of thing. I mean, he's beating good teams in the finals. 2016, same thing, where it's like, all right, he beat a really good team in the finals, but when you take the totality of the championship run and the kind of the situation that his team is in, the Eastern Conference compared to this Western Conference is not even comparable at all. And last year, probably last year was probably LeBron's easiest road to a championship. LeBron honestly didn't have to go through a serious contender, I think, at all last year. I mean, genuinely, it's weird as fuck to say, but I don't think that the Lakers beat a serious championship contender at all in their playoff run last year, which is weird as fuck to say. And this year, LeBron's going to have to go up against probably 4 serious championship contenders. It's crazy. I mean, and I just want to repeat that real quick. I'm going to clip this, post on TikTok, because shit's facts. In my opinion, I mean, this is just the karma almost of the NBA. In 2020, LeBron and the Lakers, they went through 4 teams to win the NBA championship who, in my opinion, weren't any of them going into the playoffs. None of them were real serious NBA championship contenders. No one before the playoffs was saying that the Nuggets are going to win. No one's saying Houston was going to win. No one was saying Portland's going to win. No one was saying Miami was going to win. Before the playoffs started, no one was saying that. I said Houston was going to win, but I was fucking wrong, and I'm dumb as shit for saying that. And then this year, LeBron went from, in 2020, not playing any serious playoff contenders in the playoffs to win the championship, to this year where he's going to be probably playing 4 of them, which is weird as fuck. That's the karma of the game. And I could see him doing it. I could see LeBron James running the table. That's just the stuff LeBron James does. That's go shit right there. Finally, I would like to end off with J. Cole. I want to talk a little bit about J. Cole. This isn't anything to do with the NBA, but I think it's pretty sick. All right. In 2010, 11 years ago, a man by the name of Aubrey Graham once said in one of his songs, "I swear sports music is so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us." And that's some facts. Drizzy Drake said that in 2010 on a track called Thank Me Now. Banger. Ever since then, I mean, and since the dawn of time, since the dawn of especially rap music, athletes have been rapping and rappers have been, they all have the dream of playing professional basketball. They all want to play in the NBA. J. Cole got to be the first rapper that I know of that is now playing professional ball. First mainstream big rapper playing ball. We've seen basketball players start rapping. Damian Lillard, Marvin Bagley has an album. Obviously guys like Shaq, Allen Iverson. But shout out J. Cole. What a week, bruh. This man, J. Cole, drops an album with no skips. Just a straight up banger. No skips. And then I think before that he got signed to a team in Africa, a professional league. And then makes his debut like a few days later. He dropped 3 points, 17 minutes. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. I think he had like 3 boards or some shit like that too. We'll take those numbers. But J. Cole, man, he's one of the he's inspirational as fuck. And like I don't know if any of y'all are like into J. Cole like that. I mean everyone got to give J. Cole a chance. If you're not a big J. Cole fan, you just get into his music a little bit. Go back 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Everyone's got a song in there that they fuck with. But go back and listen to this man. Learn a little bit about J. Cole. He's an inspirational guy. He's a very inspirational guy, and he's out there and he's living like Drake said in 2010. Sports and music, they're synonymous as fuck. Athletes want to be rappers, and rappers want to be athletes. J. Cole, he's fucking both of them, man. He is both of them. Big up J. Cole. That's it. That's the Off the Dome podcast, episode 27, baby. Like I said, I'm going to see y'all probably in a few days because I'm going to drop another one where I'm predicting my entire playoff prediction, my entire playoff bracket, which we can all laugh at and make fun of. Or I'm probably going to drop a podcast with a guest like that and then also make a YouTube video like that. I don't know, man. All right, we'll see. Anyway, y'all, thank you very much for listening. I'll see y'all later. Kanye West and Mike Dean. Hit him with the outro music, baby. Peace out.
Let me get more volume.